Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy, please at the end of the video like or subscribe, and I would definitely appreciate it. This is only my second real official video that I have uploaded to the channel, and I'm just kind of seeing how this goes. I obviously love candles, I love buying them, I love burning them, I love talking about them, I love watching reviews on them, and if you happen to enjoy my review, please let me know. I also really appreciate comments and feedback. As like I said, I'm really kind of just getting started with this and testing it out to see if this is something that I want to spend the time doing, and if people enjoy it, you know, all that stuff. And I have to give a shout out to Ruby Nieves, I think is how you say her last name, I hope so. She was my first subscriber, very grateful. First comment, she left me a fantastic comment, and I really appreciate her feedback. She's actually given me some great feedback. So thank you, Ruby, for watching. Thank you for your comments, and please keep the comments coming. I welcome the comments. So anyway, today I want to be reviewing a Goose Creek haul that I purchased about a week and a half ago. I've already burned all of them to see how they throw, because I'm just kind of dabbling with Goose Creek. Primarily I buy Bath & Body Works, and I have several Bath & Body Works candles here to sort of compare, because some of the scents remind me of Bath & Body Works scents. And that's kind of what I use as a guide a lot of the time. I mean, sometimes something just like, oh, you know, it reminds you of something else. So this is my first real haul. I got 8. I wanted to, of course, spend $100 to get free shipping and all that stuff. But I had one candle from Goose Creek before that I got about a year ago. There was a lot of buzz on, I think, the Bath & Body Works Facebook page. People were talking about that these were also some great candles, and they were talking about some of their scents. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I really don't need to buy any more candles. I really don't need to be spending my money on giving it to another company, but okay, it's not Yankee, so I'll look into it. So I got 3 of the Fireflies, I think they're called, and I don't even know if they sell those anymore. I didn't see them on the website the other day when I made this purchase. And they were some little, it was like patchouli leaves, which is nice, and a couple others. But anyway, I got one big one, and this was recommended, Autumn in Amsterdam. You can see that. Of course, they have these big, chunky, like apothecary jars, I guess they are, you know, similar to what the Yankee jars are. I don't love this style. It's not really my aesthetic, but, you know, whatever, it's fine. And of course, these are 2-wick, and, you know, they do the paraffin wax. They also do a soy blend now, and a 3-wick, and I think they've only been doing that for about a year. Clearly trying to target the Bath & Body Works customers, because they look basically just like, you know, a Bath & Body Works 3-wick candle. But they got their start, I guess, with these big chunky paraffin jars. And I think this is a large. I think this is, yeah, a 22 ounce, I believe. And I'm fine with like the 14.5 ounce, honestly. Usually I'm not gonna, I mean, I'll burn through it because I don't like to waste. But really, like, after 14.5 ounces, like, I'm ready to move on and try something new. So, but anyway, this is a large, and the first time I burned it, I was really disappointed. I could barely smell, like, I had to be 2 feet from it to smell it, and I was like, wow, I can't believe all this hype that I've read and how great and this and that. So, shelved it, and cut to like a month ago, I'm like, well, I don't know why, I just felt like giving it another burn and just seeing what happened. Anyway, so after burning it the second time, either my memory is really bad, or it just really picked up the scent. Like, it was a lot stronger this time around, I would say. Still not super strong, still not like a Bath & Body Works 3-wick kind of a throw. But, I mean, I guess like a 5. Which is a lot better than what it was the first time I burned it, which was like a 1. Anyway, so this is a nice scent though. You know, am I gonna switch and start buying Goose Creek instead of Bath & Body Works? No. I mean, nothing against Goose Creek. I'm enjoying most of the ones that I bought, but I just feel like Bath & Body Works has a stronger throw in general. Now the Goose Creek 3 wicks, I have a couple here, and I think they're stronger than these. And I know some people will argue, well, it's because the 2 wick versus 3 wick. Well, maybe, but I can, like, say for example, this jar I could burn for, have it burning for 2 hours, have an inch of wax pulled out, and take a Bath and Body Works candle and have it going for like 15 minutes. It hasn't even, and that one could, depending on the scent, could be stronger than what this might be. So I don't know that I buy the 3 wick versus 2 wick argument. I understand it. The 3 wick does burn. It does pull out faster. It also has a larger surface area on most of a 3 wick compared to this. It's definitely, well, I say that. Yeah, I think it's a little bit bigger around. But anyway, so the blue paraffin wax, let's talk about the scent. So yeah, it's very nice. It's a light, fresh, it's a very nice scent. And it just occurred to me tonight actually what this reminds me of. And unfortunately I don't have one here with me because I burned it off and didn't get a new one. Crisp Morning Air from Bath and Body Works is what I think, if my memory serves. Yeah, I think it's very similar to that one. Like I said, I wish I had one here for comparisons just by memory, but again, it's nice, fresh. I'm happy most of all that after burning it a second time, and even a third time, I think it might have picked up even a little more. So I think the reason I actually lit it again is I had read somewhere on social media, someone talking about Goose Creek candles and saying, they had some, they love them, this and that, but like a lot of times the first burn, you have to give it a second or third burn for the throw to kick in. Why that is, I don't know. It must have something to do with the oils and the way they settle and the candles. Like maybe it's a paraffin wax thing versus a soy blend thing. I don't know. I don't know the science of candles. I haven't studied them that much. But I can say the throw picked up and I'm happy with it, and I will burn it. So let's get into the other ones. We don't need a 45-minute video. So Colorful Leaves, another one that was highly recommended on the Goose Creek Fanatic Facebook page, because I told them what kind of scents I liked, and they recommended most of these. So Colorful Leaves, again, they don't put the scent notes on these, so I'm just kind of winging it with what I smell and what I remember. I need to move this. Sorry. Okay, so Colorful Leaves, it's very nice. And this is one of the 3 wicks that I got. And it's a soy blend. So nice red wax. Pulled out, everything burned fine. Throw on this one was a little stronger. Maybe a 6, maybe even a 7. Definitely a little stronger. But the scent, it's a nice, I get like a juicy red, kind of a red apple scent from it with some cinnamon. Yeah, some cinnamon and maybe some other spices. It's really nice. I do like it. For me, it's very similar to, this is, I think from 2 years ago, from 'Tis the Season from Bath and Body Works. Yeah, they're very similar. Like this one might be a little bit sweeter, but they're very similar. Okay, so, and then I also got Witch's Cauldron, right there. And Black Wax, Paraffin 2 wick. Yeah, so this is nice. A lot of hype about this candle, a lot of hype. So I'm like, all right. The scent notes were really weird on it. I think one of the top notes was like witch's brew and, Halloween night mist, like whatever that's supposed to smell like. I guess this. It's interesting. So one of the main notes is patchouli, even though I think it's listed as a middle note. And the reviews that I read and saw on this particular candle talked about how they really smelled the patchouli. And I'm like, well, I like patchouli. Like, I think I'm gonna like this. I do enjoy it. For me, I don't really get the patchouli. It's weird in a good way. That's one thing I can say about Goose Creek. They are very good at these conceptual scents, like taking a lot of different notes and mixing them together and coming up with something unique that you haven't smelled before that you can't really put a name on. I mean, you can slap a name on and call it which is Cauldron, but they're hard to describe, some of these, because they are unique. Like, they're very complex. So this one, it's interesting. I feel like I kind of get like a tobacco note. Like, it doesn't list a tobacco note specifically unless that's part of Witch's Brew. But there's like a tobacco, there's like a sweetness. It's not so much smoky, and I almost get like a chocolate note. I'm convinced there's a chocolate note in here somewhere. And not like a creamy chocolate, like a hot cocoa and cream kind of a chocolate, or a milk chocolate, or, I mean, there's nothing creamy about it. Yeah, there's nothing really creamy about it. I don't know, it's a nice scent, it's interesting. It's interesting, it's really hard to explain. But it's nice. I mean, you know, I've burned it. Again, the throw on all of these paraffin 2 wicks for me has been about a 5. And I will say this though, I've kind of learned to, as much as I love a good throw, and I've always looked for like the candle to give me the best throw, and that's why I'm such a huge loyal Bath & Body Works customer, because they, you know, they consistently give me the best throw of almost any candle I've ever burned. So I'm a little biased, but these give about a 5. Out of 1 to 10, I would say the throw is about a 5 consistently for the 2 wicks. But I have learned to appreciate that a little more, the ones that are kind of, I feel like they still throw distance-wise. Like, say if the throw is 20 feet, they're just not as heavy of a scent, and it's not as strong. It doesn't hit you in the face as much. It's just a lighter, sort of thinner type scent. You still smell it, it just doesn't, you know, knock you over the head. So I've kind of learned to appreciate that a little more, especially when someone has put as much effort into these, I feel like, with the scent notes, and given us something, you know, conceptual and complex and interesting. So I will say that. What do we have? Okay, so Crunchy Leaves. This was probably one of the most, I don't know about hyped, one of the most recommended from several people over and over that I should try this one out. So I did. And it is nice. Is it my favorite of the bunch? Possibly. I mean, it is really nice. It's very fresh. It's very kind of like, again, with the juicy, but there's, I think, some apple in this, but I also think there might be some like cranberry and orange, something else going on. Maybe not cranberry, but there's definitely, I think clementine is a note listed. It's a very, that's another thing with most of these scents. None of them are like dense. They're all kind of have this like fresh, light component, and it's not really about how strong it is. I don't know, they're just different. And this, I know currant is listed as a no, and that's something I couldn't figure out right away, and that's what makes this one, I think, the most unique for me. I do like the currant in it. I mean, again, it's very nice. It's very nice. If I were to compare it to Bath & Body Works, not that they're the same, none of these are the same, but they just kind of remind me of some of the BBW scents. The pumpkin apple, this is a one from this year. Pumpkin apple, like they're similar. Pumpkin apple is much more rich and sort of like, not really creamy, but yeah, Crunchy Leaves is a lot fresher than this, but they're similar. They're similar. Anyway, I did that one. All right, Staying Home. This one I don't have anything to compare it to. That's what it looks like. It's nice. It's probably one of my least favorites of the ones that I got. And I don't not like it. It's just comparatively. Okay, so this has like a creamy, kind of warm kind of a vibe. Again, hard to explain some of these. Wow, I mean, I'd have to go and look at the scent notes to even try to, you know, when I read like the 8 scent notes they list out versus Bath and Body Works usually having 3, you know, you read them and you're like, okay, yeah, maybe that's in there. Like you kind of start to believe it. Like I think there might be a little bit of vanilla, like there's something sweet, like a creamy kind of sweet, like a little bit of a marshmallow type note, but not, I by no means would call this a sweet candle. Yeah, it's just a little on the sweeter side, but I don't know, it's nice. But not super sweet at all. Don't have a comparison for that one. This is another, this looks like BBW. They're the new Goose Creek 3 wicks, but it's not. It is Goose Creek. Okay, so this one is Lovely Leaves. Now, this is my least favorite. I think I'm gonna give this away as a Christmas present, and I think I already know who I'm gonna give it to, but I'm almost scared to smell it. Yeah, I can't do this one. The notes were interesting. The color of the wax is pretty. I was just intrigued. I don't know. I just threw it in the cart. So the scent notes, this one I do remember because I'm like, what is going on in this candle? Like, what am I smelling? There's something weird. I don't like it and I couldn't figure it out. So one of the top notes is plum. Apparently, I'm not a fan of anything plum scented. And one of the middle notes is jasmine. And I can't really detect, after reading plum, I'm like, okay, I can pick that up now. The jasmine, I can't really pick it up on its own, but I think the way it mixes in with that plum makes it, to my nose, it makes it a little more annoying and cringing, and it just, for me, it doesn't work. Like, my husband loves it. I'm like, do you like this candle? Like, smell this. And he didn't even know how I felt about it, honestly. I kept a straight face at the time. And yeah, he really liked it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, we're not keeping it. Like, I won't burn that. It's just, it's like a weird, like, undernote thing. I don't know. Not for me. But I mean, hey, one out of the 8 that I bought, that's the only one that I'm just like, no, can't do it. So that's pretty good. I mean, it's really good, actually. So Happy Autumn. We're getting close. 2 more to go. All right, Happy Autumn. This one is nice. Yeah, it's like a pumpkin spice kind of vibe. Again, not heavy or cloying in any way. Like, I think there might be a little nutmeg in there or something else. This one I compare to Bath and Body Works Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. This is one from this year. This one I may actually exchange this. Not that I've been getting a Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin every year and burning it around Thanksgiving because I just felt like it's a very popular scent with Bath and Body Works. And that's not why I would buy it necessarily, but it's just, I feel like a great candle to have around Thanksgiving. It just seems very appropriate. But I've discovered so many other scents recently, like white pumpkin and just other candles that have the notes with pumpkin and cinnamon that I enjoy more. This one for me kind of feels kind of basic now, and I just don't really feel like I need it in my life. I'm okay with exchanging it. If you saw how many candles I have, it's ridiculous. Like, I could exchange this and, you know, I'll be fine. But yeah, this one is very strong on the cinnamon. It's not a bad candle by any means, but it's very similar to that Happy Autumn to me, but it's just stronger cinnamon, more or less. Okay, last one. This is Black Cat. There's the Goose Creek 2-wick. So this one, yeah, it's nice. This one reminds me of Marshmallow Fireside by Bath & Body Works. So here's one from, this is last year. It's a cute packaging though. I don't know about you guys. I'm one of those people that like, I didn't used to do this, but over the past couple years, I will get a candle and sometimes I'll just, well, let me test it and make sure it has a good throw. That was kind of my original approach. Now I just kind of like to mix it up. Like I'll burn a candle for like 3-4 hours, put it away, and the next day I'll burn something else. And I'm constantly rotating. So I have like a lot of half burned candles that I need to burn off because I need to make room for some of the new ones. So anyway, marshmallow fireside. I don't know why I keep smelling this. I think you guys probably all know what it smells like by now. It's been around forever, and it's, you know, another very popular scent from Bath and Body Works. But that's what this black cat reminds me of. Very similar, but it's more complex. I forget what all the scent notes are in this thing, but it almost has like a suede kind of vibe. Like again, it's lighter and fresher. It's like a lighter, fresher version, but more complex with. Yeah, it has like a suede sandalwood something. There's something else in there. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like it. You know, I'll burn these, and we'll see how it goes. I actually just ordered another batch of Goose Creek, for better or worse. Like a week ago, they had a sale, and there was some Christmas stuff that I wanted to try out. And I think most, if not all but one of them, is a 3-wick. And I tend to enjoy those more. Like I said, I think whether it's the soy or the 3-wick, even with Goose Creek, I think they are stronger than their 2 wicks. And also, I just kind of enjoy the size. They're stackable, and I'm fine with the 14.5 ounce versus the 22 ounce. So I really just kind of enjoy those more. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.